partners that supported the event, including Visit Oceanside, Oceanside Longboard Surf Club, Full Sail University, Matt and Ryan McDevitt, iHeartMedia, the artists, instructors, speakers, and influencers who made this event so special, and to all the amazing volunteers.
I think I've learned the more you chase inspiration, the less likely you're able to find it. What I'm really liking about Remarkable is its portability. You can have it on you all the time when inspiration strikes, but at the same time, it's digitally connected so that there's not the chance of losing that idea. I spend a lot of time hand drawing, and what's really great about the Remarkable is it sits in that interstitial area between the digital and the tactile, and it bridges both of those worlds in a really fluid way.
How long?
How long?
Until we solve long COVID. The Solve Long COVID initiative is bringing together patients, researchers, doctors, and drug developers to find answers now. To learn more and see how you can help, go to solvelongcovid.org.
The Michael K. Show on Yes is brought to you by Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Shop now at untuckit.com.
And a good afternoon, everybody. This is indeed the Michael K. Show. We thank you for joining us on this Monday, July 29th. 2024. Michael and Peter. Don is on vacation, well-earned vacation. How you doing, Pete?
I'm swell.
Really?
I'm swell. Yeah, I am swell. Is Don on actual vacation this week?
Well, he's probably doing ice hockey podcasts and stuff like that.
Now, listen, I know when you get to a certain point with kids, vacation is sort of
a rumor.
Yeah, it's more like a relocation. I get that. But I sometimes want more for my guy, Don.
I think he's very happy the way he is.
You don't ever want to leave the state of New Jersey during vacation?
He's part of 80s Jersey, New Jersey, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. He loves going down the shore.
Where everything's all right.
That's right. That's for sure.
Yeah. We're going to start off with Diamond Notes, driven by Nissan. Now, the trade deadline is coming tomorrow. It's 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So before ENN tomorrow, we should know if the Yankees and the Mets have made any deals. Now, they have made deals so far, but I wouldn't say, at least in the Met case, that the deals have been needle movers. Jesse Winker's a nice player. Ryan Stanek is a nice piece in the bullpen. They already acquired Phil Maton. But I got to tell you, watching them over the weekend, and I've been a big proponent of them, Peter. Sure. They don't have enough. They don't have enough. So Christian Scott being hurt is a killer. And then Kodai Senga going down with a calf injury on Friday after pitching well. Absolute killer. They really need two starters. I mean, you see over the weekend, the Braves are awful. So they take the first two games from the Braves, and they could really establish themselves as the number one wild card. And maybe outside run at the Phillies, although I don't think they would. But, grab hold of that first wild card. So the 3 games are in Citi Field, and they laid an egg. They don't have enough starting pitching. Now, their offense got shut down, but that's okay. That's going to happen. They don't have enough starting pitching to win. Can they still make the playoffs? Yes. But see what losing those 2 games to the Braves have done. The Braves now ahead of them. Teams are breathing down their neck. The Cardinals just made a deal picking up Eric Fetty, a young pitcher who they like at a controllable cost. So they got a little bit better as well. So I think the Mets have to really think about getting a big-time starter. And by big time, that Blake Snell's available now. Money doesn't seem to be an issue for Steve Cohen. So the fact that, the remainder of a $31 million contract this year, okay, so what? So what? And, you've got other people out there that you could look at. Garrett Crochet, Jack Flaherty, Tarek Skubal. Those are people that I think the Yankees will investigate as well. But I just watching the two games Saturday and Sunday, I came to the conclusion it's been a little engine that could. It's been impressive. But, Peter, there's not enough there. There's just not enough there. I mean, they've been climbing up a hill, and sooner or later, all your deficiencies are going to be, kind of amplified when you're reaching near the top of the hill. I think that happened in 2 games against the Braves, and I don't think this is hyperbolic because the Braves stink. The Braves have lost, I think, 6 or 7 in a row before Saturday. So losing those 2 games are killers. I mean, if you just split, you would have taken 3 out of 4. You've been ahead of the Braves, but the Braves now go back and they feel good about things.
But, Michael, by the time we got to 10 p.m. on Friday night,
yeah,
the Mets had already taken a major hit. There's no way to make it pretty. The excitement that you had about Senga returning, this is a team that had done as well as they'd managed to do without him, the guy who was supposed to be brought in to be the ace. Not only do you get him back for 5 seconds, but, Michael, you get him back, and he looks like what he was supposed to be.
Right.
So you get this taste of Senga, and then on a random nothing play in the infield, it's all over, and you lose him for the rest of the regular season. No matter how the rest of the weekend went, listen, you don't give up if you're this team, because how could you? They've managed to kind of keep pushing along, but that's just absolutely heartbreaking.
Now, the one thing that they have going for them, if it's true, is that Steve Cohen doesn't care about money. Because Steve Cohen has lost a lot of money just from the team. Obviously not from his other business, but from the team, he's lost a lot of money. How much more does he want to lose? Remember, he's at the tax threshold now that if he acquires somebody that makes $31 million, he's essentially paying $62 million. But there is a deal out there if they don't care about money. Tarek Skubal is one of the favorites for the Cy Young Award in the American League, and he pitches for the Tigers. Good young pitcher, really good. It's going to be hard to move him if you're the Tigers. But if the Mets come in and go, listen, you give us Skubal, and we'll take Javi Baez's disgusting contract. He can't play anymore. He makes a truckload of money. I believe he has 3 more years left on his deal. We'll take it. That's a needle mover. Maybe you give him a Brett Beatty, and you say, we'll take that contract. Maybe that makes them think about it. That's a deal that I think only the Mets could make, if, in fact, Steve Cohen doesn't care about money. But the Mets, because, and Peter's so right, the Senga injury on top of the Christian Scott injury now makes them need 2 starters. Not 1, 2, because Senga's not coming back until maybe October. I told you, calves and quads, you never want to hear about them. They don't heal. They take forever. So once I heard that he hurt his calf, over. That's just the nature of that injury. Now we move over to the Yankees. That was a surprising series where they took 2 out of 3. Because the loss on Friday was just a kick right in the privates. I mean, you got to win that game. Right in the cues, Peter.
And so on brand for this terrible couple of months stretch.
Yep. So on brand. And then, looks like they're going to lose Saturday, too. But they battle back. They tie the game against Kenley Jansen. And then they win in extra innings. Wow, that's good. But their bullpen is completely fried. And the Red Sox bullpen is completely fried. So last night, so much was on the line, especially for Carlos Rodon. And you know what he did? Pitched a man's game yesterday. 6 1/3, threw a lot of pitches, saved the bullpen, and they won the game. And the one thing that happened over the weekend, their offense came alive. Came alive. They discovered how to hit again. Alex Verdugo discovered how to hit again. I think he was 7 for 15 against the Red Sox. He hadn't had 7 hits, I think, in 3 weeks. Oswaldo Cabrera. Everybody's been complaining, why isn't he in there? Why isn't he in there? He was in there, and he did great. And Gleyber Torres continues to hit. And the Yankees made a big move. And they got Jazz Chisholm, a good, young, left-handed hitter great speed, 26 years old. You still have 2 years of control over him. So he's going to be here a while. But I'm going to be really frank with everybody here. I don't know if it's the perfect get. And I don't mean anything about the extracurricular stuff. He's supposed to be a handful, all that. I have a lot of faith in Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge runs the clubhouse. I think he can rein anybody in. And he came highly recommended by Derek Jeter. And Derek Jeter was the one who acquired him when he was with the Marlins. But how does he fit? Unless they trade Gleyber Torres before tomorrow. And do you want to really trade him now when he's finally hitting for the last month? You're going to play Jazz Chisholm at third base, where he has never played professionally in his life. He's played shortstop. He's a good second baseman. Also can play the outfield. Not a good outfielder. He's not a good outfielder. And everybody said, well, you could plug him in the outfield. No, you can't. You know why you can't? Because once Stanton comes back, there is no room in the outfield for him unless you're benching Verdugo. Judge is going to be your center fielder. Verdugo's in left. Soto's in right. That's it. So he can't play the outfield. He's got to play out of position. Now, they also asked Gleyber Torres, would you be willing to play third? You know what he said? No, I'm a second baseman. So that's a problem right there. So you're going to play somebody out of position, either Gleyber, who doesn't want to be there, or Jazz Chisholm, who's never played there. It's not the perfect fit. It energizes their offense, but it really does make Aaron Boone have to make a tough decision every single game. Because now, if Jazz Chisholm plays third base, you know what happens? All of a sudden, the red-hot Oswaldo Cabrera is out. He's a bench player. And by the way, to make room for Stanton today, the Yankees designated for Simon Jemai Jones.
No.
Who I always wondered why he was on the team anyway. No offense to the guy at all. I don't see how he fit. And to make room for Jazz Chisholm, they released J.D. Davis. Again, I don't know why he was on the team. But the Yankees still need to do more. There are a lot of rumors out there. But one of the guys that they really were rumored that they really wanted was Tommy Edman. A guy who could play all infield positions, a spark plug guy. But you know what? The Dodgers got him. Dodgers also just got Garrett Crochet. No, Michael Kopech. I'm sorry. Garrett Crochet's still out there. So the Yankees are looking into Snell. They're looking into starting pitching. They're looking into relieving. There's rumors out there they might be willing to trade Nestor Cortez. You might have to trade Gleyber Torres to stop this logjam. So I don't want to criticize yet, like I don't want to criticize the Mets for not getting that big player yet, because it's not over yet. It's over at 6 o'clock tomorrow. It's not over right now. And I think that both teams, the Mets and the Yankees, if they want to do something of import, something that moves the needle, they're going to have to swallow hard, and they're going to have to trade somebody they don't want to trade. And in the Yankee case, it might be a Will Warren. It might be a George Lombard Jr. It might be a Spencer Jones. I don't think it will be Jason Dominguez. And for the Mets, whoever they deem their top prospect, or they don't, you shouldn't trade your top prospect. But number 2 and 3, you might have to think about it. Because we keep saying this is a chance for the Mets to take a season by the throat that no one expected them to be in and make that big move. Because if they don't make a move for a big pitcher, again, I'll say it, and Met fans don't want to hear it, I don't think they have enough. And for the Yankees, with their starting pitching, you have to assume that Garrett Cole's going to be good. Against the Mets and the Red Sox, he's not. But you got to assume that Garrett Cole's going to be Garrett Cole, as long as he's healthy. Carlos Rodon showed yesterday, stud move. He's pitched 2 good games in a row. Won 2 important games for the Yankees. The rest, Marcus Stroman looks like he's really, really fatigued. He has not pitched well in a long time. The way he pitched on Saturday, Yankees gave him an early lead and he gave it right back. Not good. Nestor Cortez, not good. Luis Gil, last couple starts has been excellent. How does he pitch tonight against the best team in baseball, the Phillies? So you look at them and you go, they might need a starter too. Does Stroman have enough to give them enough starts of import over the last 2 months of the season? We'll see. Same thing with Nestor. I think the Yankees are looking for a starter. And I think they need probably another corner infielder. Don't discount Yandy Diaz. Because I'll tell you what, amazingly, you couldn't do it in New York, Peter. The Rays have given up. In the middle of a season, they've given up. Yankees might look into trying to get Pete Fairbanks, their closer. They've traded everybody. They traded Isaac Paredes. They traded Zach Eflin. Before that, they traded Aaron Savali. So they are willing to deal. They traded Jason Adam, their fine setup man. And they're doing this while they still have a shot at making the playoffs. So it's a bold move, Cotton. But you can make that move in St. Pete. You can't make that move in New York.
I'll tell you what, Michael. I was just sort of, obviously, I saw the news yesterday and was having fun with everyone's excitement about Jazz Chisholm. In looking into it now, Michael, it is sort of hard to figure out why this was the play.
Unless there's another play. That's why you can't jump the play yet until you see the ultimate play.
Now, so is it as simple as getting rid of the logjam in the infield, moving on from Glaber? Then it would make sense.
If he gets to play second base, it makes more sense. But I'm sure that they've looked at it and said he could probably transition to third. Not Glaber, because Glaber said very, very emphatically yesterday, I'm a second baseman, which is strange because he's really a shortstop. So I love players that make demands like this. Jazz Chisholm, I think, is just happy to be out of Miami, so he'll play wherever they want. But it's going to be interesting because a lot of people that I know down in Miami said, well, he's a handful.
What do they mean? He's a partier?
No, he's just like, he's a me guy. You know, he seeks the spotlight. You know, he's all about him. But you could be all about you on a team that's not expected to win. I think that this is a right situation for him, Peter.
I was going to say, and by the same token, you just don't know what happens when you get to with all due respect, the big leagues. And you look around and you see Juan Soto and Aaron Judge next to you in the pinstripes, you might just start naturally acting differently than you acted in Miami.
And I think that was their hope with Verdugo. And I think that they felt that any of the rough
Stroman too.
Any of the rough edges on Stroman would be kind of shaved down by being in this situation. And so far he's been great. He has not pitched well of late, but he's been great. Not that many social media posts, which he did a lot of when he was with the Mets and the Blue Jays and the Cubs. But, the Yankee clubhouse has to police it. I don't think Aaron Boone's going to change Jazz Chisholm. It's Aaron Judge, not Aaron Boone. Aaron Judge runs that clubhouse. So we'll see if he could. And you could see him yesterday talking to him constantly on the bench. And that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a big part of it. But we have, obviously Jeff Passan and Buster Olney, everybody that's worked for ESPN, they're all over this. If something breaks, we'll be all over it as well. Those are Diamond Notes driven by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. 1-800-919-3776. So the Mets against the Twins. Well, let me give you game time. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Yankees start a new series in Philly at 6:40 today. The game will be on Prime. And the Mets host the Twins at 7:10. That'll be on SNY. That's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew. Try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. How about some phone calls, Petey? What do you think?
Why not?
You sure? I'll do whatever you want.
I know. I want to hear what the people have to say.
Raul in Pennsylvania. You start off, Raul. Raul. Oh, man. What a terrible start to the show.
That's not the vibe you want.
Let's go to Norris in Michigan.
Hey, Michael, Peter, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I wanted to talk about the Yankees trade deadline. I know, Michael, you brought up Edman being on top of their list. I mean, if you look back at him, he's more of a defensive first guy. Like you said, he plays around the field, but he's a ground ball, singles hitter, not really what the Yankees are looking for. I mean, they got Jazz Chisholm, who is kind of almost the same thing. He's a high ground ball hitter, but he has some speed. He can move around the field. I think they already have that. I don't think Edman, although he brings that switch hitting component and he can be moved all around the field, I don't think they should have gotten him. So,
well, they did.
In a way, I'm kind of glad that the Dodgers kind of got him.
Right. Well, I mean, the word is that they wanted him. So, whether you're happy they didn't get him or not.
Which is weird. Yeah, I mean, very weird. And so that's that. And then I wanted to talk about Blake Snell. Now, let me know what you think about this. You said the Mets, if they need a top-flight pitcher, so Snell would obviously be that option. I know the Yankees also checked in on him. Now, I know Snell has a player option next year.
Yes.
So say he comes over and he doesn't do good. Say he gets a freak injury, whatever it is, Tommy John, and he's out for the season. I think he will likely pick up that player option next year. Now, that's the only way I think he picks up the player option. If he performs like how he's been performing for the second half since it started, and wherever he gets traded to the Yankees, not whoever, if he continues to perform good, he's probably declining the player option and going for a longer extension. But if he does get injured, then the Mets or the Yankees, whoever picks him up, is going to have to swallow that player option because he's definitely picking it up. And that's an extra $30 million that's added onto their books. They're probably going to have to pay the tax on that as well, right? So now that's $60 million that they're going to have to eat up next year.
Norris, it's a very, very, and we thank you for the phone call, it's a very risky proposition. What Norris was saying in a rambling way, he has a $31 million contract this year. So more than half of that's gone. Tonight, the Yankees are 2/3 of the way through the season. So you play a third of the $31 million, so he's owed about $10 million. Next year, the second year of his contract is also $31 million, but it's his option. So if he finishes strong, and he just came off a start where he struck out 15 in 6 innings, which is unbelievable. If he finishes without an injury, he's opting out. So you're going to have to give up a lot to get him for essentially 2 months. The only way he opts in to that $61 million is if he gets hurt. And if he gets hurt, then you're paying $31 million for nothing. It's a very risky proposition. Very risky. Let's go to Sean in Amityville.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm great.
I'm fired up. You got me fired. I'm a Mets fan. Let's state that first. And I'm speaking for all the Mets fans who haven't been calling. I'm calling with all the energy. I'm telling you this, and I'm saying it once, and I'm saying it twice. You to say the Mets don't have enough, we got more than enough. We just get to it.
No, you don't.
If I would have told you 2 weeks ago, we could go 5-2 games against the Braves and the Yankees.
Listen, you came out with high energy and a bad phone program.
That was the unfortunate part, was the bad phone.
They lost 2 games to the Braves. Now, losing 2 games doesn't mean anything, except when you look at it in the broad concept of they don't have enough starting pitching. Any Met fan would see that. Any Met fan knows they have to go out and they have to get a starter. And you got to overpay for it. Nobody is holding a telethon for the Mets to pick up a starting pitcher. I'm sorry. If you think they have enough, God bless you. Maybe they do. I don't think so. Not after what I saw over the weekend. David Peterson looked so bad in that inning. They threw about 40 pitches to get out of the inning. And then, I don't know what, nobody mentioned it. The guys on SNY didn't even mention it, but I saw it a couple of times on social media. His left hand was shaking as he walked off the mound. So that's a little scary in itself. I just don't think they have enough pitching. Severino's been great. He's pitching more innings than he's pitched in 4 years. So you have to watch out for him. We'll see. You can get as mad at me as you want. I've been honest to you about the Yankees. I've been saying the Mets should not have traded anybody, and I still believe that. They don't have enough to win. They might have enough to sneak in the wild card. They don't have enough to win. Because in a short series, you have to have great starting pitching. They don't have enough. If you don't see that, I'm sorry. I wish I could make you happy.
I haven't heard many Mets fans argue that they have enough starting pitching.
Yeah, I don't think they do. It's just not there. And you know what? They unfortunately, injuries have gotten them. Injuries have really gotten them. I mean, they're looking into Jamison Tyone, and that's a lot of money to assume because he makes $18 million a year for the next 2 years. But the Cubs don't seem like they want to trade him. I'm sure the Yankees would like him, too, because the guy's proven he's tough. He's gone through a lot physically, and he's tough. He can pitch in New York. They loved him with the Yankees, but he had such a good year, he outpriced himself. But we'll see. There are still players out there, and the longer you hold on to them, maybe the more desperate teams become, and something shakes loose that they say is untouchable. We'll see. 1-800-919-3776. That's the number. Michael and Peter with you until 6:30. So much to do. Trade deadline. We'll talk some football as well. It's Kay, Rosenberg, and you on Yes and 98.7 ESPN.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. So you can always be prepared and enjoy the important things. Sign up for ButcherBox today.
Hey. Rental? Yep. You? Yeah. You know your shoe's untied. Oh.
Don't let a boxy suit ruin your night. Read from theblackducks.com.
Custom Ink helps us celebrate and drive our students' achievements with custom gear. They love Custom Ink's different styles and designs. We love how Custom Ink makes the process simple with their easy-to-use design lab, expert artists ready to help, and unbeatable customer service. Custom Ink allows our kids to show everyone their accomplishments and the pride they have in our school. When we place an order, I know they got our back, so we can focus on the kids.
Custom Ink has hundreds of products to help you feel connected. Upload your logo or start your design today at customink.com.
Mom?
Yeah.
I think we're out of toilet paper.
Oh, no.
Mom, we need more chips, Mom.
More chips, please.
More chips to be huge.
Chicken, a lot of chicken. Chicken on that plate. Chicken coming up.
Okay, hon, I'm gonna need a lot of chicken.
What's with the accent?
Just trying something new.
When you feel like everyone needs a little bit of everything,
I'll handle it.
Shop BJ's Wholesale Club on Instacart. Same-day delivery in as fast as 1 hour. So whatever the needs may be, you got it covered. Visit instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first order.
These pics are insane. You cook like this every night?
Yeah, but here's my secret. They're Home Chef's fast and fresh meals.
What are those?
They're easy to prep, there's no cleanup after, and they cook in the microwave or oven.
Hold on, I gotta try this.
You can get 18 free meals plus free shipping when you sign up for Home Chef today.
Hard water makes it hard to keep your home looking like the work of art you've always envisioned it would be. Culligan softeners reduce hard water buildup and your cleaning time, transforming every drop, every splash, every rinse into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. With a Culligan water softener, revel in the breathtaking beauty of your home, just the way you've always pictured it. Culligan, water you love.
Away makes luggage and bags that make packing, compressing, cinching, zipping, sliding, and going easier than ever. Away.
For years, one company has battled to deliver business products the next day with no freight charges. Now, WB Mason, with their famous fleet of trucks and drivers, faces their biggest challenge, rescuing shipping and packaging buyers from expensive freight charges. That's right. Now, boxes, stretch film, and packaging tape are delivered the very next day at amazingly low prices. So, who do you call for fast delivery and no expensive freight charges? Who but WB Mason?
Hurry in to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Attention Yankee fans, Michael K here. This season on Prime, Amazon Prime members get access to watch exclusive Yankee games all year long, included with their Prime membership. To watch, click on the Prime Video app on your smart TV, phone, or computer, sign in, and you're all set. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. To see the full schedule, scan the QR code here or go to Amazon.com/Yankees. It's that easy.
What would you do for clean water? For over 700 million people around the world, the answer is literally anything. Walk for hours, stop going to school, sacrifice sleep, health, money, and time, all for water that's not even safe to drink. It doesn't have to be this way. This is a problem we can solve together. Join Charity Water in our mission to end the global water crisis. Visit charitywater.org today.
Who's hot, who's not? Brought to you by General Plumbing Supply. Who's hot? Austin Wells, who's hitting .476 over his last 6 games with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. Who's not? Brandon Nimmo, who's batting .083 with 8 strikeouts in his last 24 at-bats. That's Who's Hot, Who's Not, brought to you by General Plumbing Supply. General Plumbing Supply's starting lineup of experts will help keep your clients cool and your business hot. For Grand Slam quality and service, trust the real experts at GPS. Who's that? Is that Natalie?
No. It was just a random voice from my computer.
Sad.
Sorry to disappoint you.
No, I love Natalie.
I know. I'll tell you say hello, though.
Please do. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Kurt in Port Washington. Hello, Kurt.
I don't like this. There's something strange happening.
That's the best way that could have gone.
Oh, really? What was that? That was going to be a bad call.
Why doesn't Stanton and Rizzo play through injuries Mickey Mantle did?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
Oh, so you could have... Here, you want to do the call?
All right.
Hey, Kurt.
Hey, what's up?
What do you got for us, Kurt?
I don't understand. I don't understand this. Mickey Mantle played rap like a mummy. He was hurt all the time. He never missed any games. Always played. But Anthony Rizzo and Giancarlo Stanton don't. Why? Why can't they play hurt?
It's a different game
I don't understand. Same players.
Well, no, they're actually different players, and there are a lot of different things that go into it. This is a big money business, and these guys' bodies matter. And
Mickey Mantle's body mattered.
No, I know, but it's just a different time, sir.
I know. I like that time better.
Well, I
want to make baseball great again.
Okay, well, good luck with that, sir. We have to. I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you for the call.
Let's go to John in Union. John.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good, John.
Look, I have a question for you. I agree with you that the Yankees, they're not a contending team right now. How many more years are they just going to continuously keep adding all of this dead contracts, all these garbage players, these one-hit wonders? Now we want to go after Blake Snell. This is a guy nobody wanted at the free agent time. I mean, how many more dead contracts are the Yankees going to have on this roster? LeMahieu, Stanton, Rizzo, Torres. Oh, it could go down the line here. How many ineffective players at $20, $30 million a year since the Yankees won one World Series since the year 2000 by ineffectively continuously doing this all the time? When are they going to start to build the organization from within? Why don't we see Spencer Jones? Why don't they let Ben Rice play every day instead of taking him out of the game and putting LeMahieu at first in the 9th inning to justify the $17 million?
No, wait a minute, John. See that, John, I'm letting you go on and on. LeMahieu's a much better defensive first baseman than than Rice. Much better. That's not to show that the money is...
So why is he on the field then? Why is Rice on
because
the other
he can hit.
But in the 9th inning...
Because when you want to tighten up the defense... John, you know the answer to this. You're playing dumb now. You want to tighten your defense up in the 9th inning, so they bring in LeMahieu. Why is he on the team anyway? If he's not going to play defense, he's a good defensive first baseman. He's a Gold Glove winner. You know the answer. Thank you for your phone call. You argue with me when you know the answer. Why don't they let Ben Rice play? Ben Rice has been in the lineup every single day. And by the way, Ben Rice hasn't hit much lately.
Well, I say he's under 200 now.
I think he has 2 extra base hits in the last 15 games. I mean, everybody pumped the brakes. And don't get too attached to all these young players. You know why, Peter? They might be included in a trade. It's funny, Yankee fans want them to build from within, but they haven't won a World Series in 15 years, so they get upset about it, and they want results right now, and they want you to spend $400 million right now. So isn't that at cross purposes to build up from within and then be like the Orioles and stink and finish last for 5 years? You think Yankee fans would do that? You think they'd handle that? No, I don't think they would. I don't think they would. I don't think that could be done in New York. And, you know, we say it could be done in Baltimore. Camden Yards was a ghost town for those 5 years. A ghost town. No city wants to do that. No city wants to do it. But the Orioles had the perfect combination of an owner that was infirm, that they didn't want to spend the money, and they said, oh, let's break this down and just see if we can build up draft picks, and they did. And if Yankee fans did that, this show would be a joy for 5 years. A joy. Anthony in Stony Point.
Hey, what's up, Mike and Peter?
How you doing?
Big time Met fan. I spoke to you, one time caller, and we definitely need another starting pitcher, definitely, without a doubt. Whether who it is, I don't know, but we definitely do. With pitcher going down Friday night,
yep.
He was pitching great. Unfortunately, from probably not pitching, those types of injuries do happen, and I really believe we definitely need another starting pitcher if we're going to, we'll make it to the playoffs, I believe. But as far as going far, I don't think so. I don't see it. And Peterson, it's like he has a couple of good games, and then all of a sudden, he's exposed. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you, Michael, with his hand. He kept moving his hand, his left hand.
It was so weird. It was so, and when he walked off the mound, Anthony, he was shaking.
Whether he was dehydrated or something, I don't know. But he said he's okay. I don't know. But, Saturday, McGill, my son was at that game, him and his friends, and McGill actually pitched really good. But then, he had that one inning where he gave up the home runs, you know what I mean? But
and you know what? That wasn't terrible because they were solo home runs. He gave up 4 runs. But with Peterson, he gave up that monster home run to Olsen, and then he just lost it. He couldn't throw strikes. And I was surprised that Carlos Mendoza kept him in as long as he did. But their bullpen was also shot. Sometimes you got to lose a battle to win the war, and I know what he was doing. But to keep a pitcher in there for 40 pitches, that's an awful lot. Let's go to John in Kansas City. John.
Hey there, Michael. Hey there, Peter. How's it going today?
Great, John. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
I've got a question for the future about the Mets as far as hopefully getting Soto next year. Knowing that the Mets have the issue with the Cohen tax where they're going to probably get hit pretty hard next year if they try to sign him, is there a possibility that if they were going to go for Soto and go all in, could they squeeze in a deal with Boris and Soto where they go the Ohtani way, deferring a lot of money, which would give them the flexibility to be able to keep Pete next year and be flexible to keep others to go for it all in 2025.
Well, the answer to that, John, is, as long as his deal, whichever way it's structured, averages more than $46 million a year, then they would think about it. Because that's what Ohtani's deal actually is worth, not $70 million a year. So everybody looks at $700 million 10 years. But he's got $2 million each year, so 68 of it is deferred after that 10th year. So the actual value in today's money is $46 million. You know that Soto's going to want to break that. I also don't know if Soto would go for that because, Peter, I was reading that Ohtani, off the field this year, off the field, so he only makes $2 million from the Dodgers. Off the field, makes $100 million.
Sheesh.
I don't think Soto can do that. I mean, because Ohtani's market is international. Every other player's isn't. I don't think Soto is going to sell, a lot of sponsorships in Japan. So he's going to want his money up front. He's not going to make $100 million off the field like Ohtani.
He's not, an anomaly in the Dominican Republic.
No.
He's one of many stars from DR.
Peter, we can actually see what Kurt in Port Washington wanted to say. He's back. How about that? You want to try it?
Oh, we can hear it.
Hey, Kurt.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, we've spoken a few times. My question, I have two questions, and this is relative to the Yankee injuries. I'll provide a little color for the purpose of the call. I was watching Yankeeography the other day about Mickey Mantle's career, and they showed a graphic. The guy had like 20 injuries. His knee, his forearm, his elbow, and the guy went out and played all the time. In the 61 World Series, he was still bleeding from his hip, and he played really well, and they won the World Series. So my question is this: what do you think Mickey Mantle would think? And what was he making? $100,000. These guys are making $25 million, $17. What do you think Mickey Mantle would think about players today when they get injured and they're out like Stanton for like whatever it is, 4-6 weeks?
Well, Kurt, you realize that Mickey Mantle didn't have a union, right?
I know.
Well, that's a big difference. It's a big difference.
He played all the time.
He played all the time because he had to. I mean, I'm sure that there were pitchers that had torn rotator cuffs, and they played. And they had torn UCLs, and they played. Because that was the only way they earned money. And also, it's a lot different world, Kurt. I mean, as you can tell, a manager can't yell at a player. They can't criticize a player. It's a different world. We're not going back to the 50s, Kurt. Sorry. Players did play hurt then. I mean, you know, in your initial call, you said Anthony Rizzo. He has a broken arm. Now, as for Stanton, I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't run anyway, and I'm not saying he's lazy. He just doesn't run. So you would think that he could play through the hamstring, but he can't. He can't. I think the Yankees thought he was going to be ready to play in Boston. He couldn't. So he's going to be in the lineup today. We don't have the lineup yet, but he's going to be in the lineup today. You can't turn back the clock, people. It's not like that anymore. Players are represented by their union. They're protected by their union. Mickey Mantle didn't have a union. You either played or you didn't make money.
And if you were to hear about it now, you know what Mickey Mantle would go? You guys have a union? That's sweet.
Right.
How does that work? Oh, man, you should definitely take advantage of it.
Unbelievable. Let's go to John in East Meadow.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good. Good. I was listening the other day, and I remember Don bringing up something about Pete Alonso. You know, like, he's like, Aaron Judge at the bar in khakis, but there's a guy in the pool doing cannonballs, getting everybody wet and shooting his mouth off. That's Don.
Oh, yeah.
That is Don. If you understand what I mean.
No, John, I think we actually brought that up to him, too. That is Don.
What, that Don is the awkward guy doing cannonballs? Yeah. No, he is.
Don's not the suave guy at the bar.
No, I mean, and I really think we figured it out. Like, the Beach Bash is the example of that. Like, Don, why did Don's singing thing become a thing? It's because of Don. Don likes to, I think he feels most comfortable putting on a show. That's easier for him than I think chatting. You remember what happened with him and Gigi.
No, it was not. It wasn't pretty. John Heyman of the Post reporting the Giants, San Francisco Giants, are suggesting for now they are unwilling to pay down Blake Snell's deal, which includes a $30 million 2025 player option. So maybe you throw in a better prospect, they pay down some of the deal, which is kind of what Steve Cohen did last year. Let's go to Dino in the Bronx. Dino.
Hey, guys. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a nice day. Beautiful outside, enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah.
What's up?
So listen, I have a question. You know, if that's the money that is going to take to sign Juan Soto, what was it? You said upwards of 40?
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, do you sign that? Because Pete just said it. He's not this crazy thing, He's just a regular Dominican that can play baseball.
Well, he's a great baseball player, though.
Well, he's an exceptional player, but it's not unusual.
Yeah, but Devers, look at Devers and his price. Like, come on.
But that was 2 years ago. And he wasn't a free agent.
But hold on. Is that the mark? Look, so here's the thing, okay? Is he worth that money, and is he going to fix all of the Yankees' problems at that price? Or are you just doing it because it's Juan Soto?
I think you do. It's a good question. I'm not going to jump you on it. He doesn't solve all your problems, but you have the best 2-3, 1-2 punch in all of baseball with he and Judge. Believe me, everybody, I've thought this a million times over in quiet moments. I don't know how high I'd go. I don't know how high. I don't know how high Hal Steinbrenner will go. I mean, we've had people say, "Oh, you should give him a blank check." No, they're not going to do that. And maybe there is a team that will do that, and he'll go to that team. So he's not taking a pay cut. You know, everybody has this, grandiose dream that he's gonna take far less money to play for the Yankees. Stop that. He's not. It's got to be a comparable offer to what he has somewhere else. If it's $1 million a year less, maybe. But if somebody's offering $10 million a year more, or 5 extra years instead of 10, a 15-year deal rather than 10, he's going to go. He's just going. So I think it's going to be a really interesting November, Peter. It really is. I don't know what they're going to do.
Fascinating. And all of this the interest will totally change depending on how the season ends, of course.
Right. And I think it doesn't even come down to how they play. It comes down to who's offering the most money. Are the Yankees willing to do that? Because then you're going to have, his $50 million, Judge's $40 million, Cole's $36 million tied up in 3 players. And then you got $26 million on Rodon. And then you got another $25 million in Stanton. It's a lot of money to tie up in 5 players. And then another $18 million in Marcus Stroman. That's 6 players. That means you have to have 19 other players on the team. These are decisions they're going to have to make. That's why Brian Cashman gets paid $5 million a year to make decisions like this. It's not as easy as everybody says. Oh, just give him what he wants. If you give him what he wants or whatever he wants, you might not get what you want later. Because it's not an endless pit of money. It's just not. This is an endless pit of information and entertainment, though. It just is. It's called The K Show.
I knew where you were going there.
Kay, Rosie Berg, and you. Right here on Yes and 98.7 ESPN.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. So you can always be prepared and enjoy the important things. Sign up for ButcherBox today.
Switch to Square and join over 4 million businesses worldwide. Scheduling is easy with Square appointments. Clients can book online 24/7. Take payments at your station or the front desk. To offer seamless checkouts. Keep track of commissions and split tips with just a few clicks. Gain time and peace of mind with beauty tools that bring everything together. Switch to Square